now we're going to enter into another product market graph, and this is monopolist, a monopolist earning economic profits. First rule of thumb in our little recipe, first thing in the recipe, always circle where MR equals MC. Go down to quantity, that's going to be your output. Then you want to go up to price, followed by up the demand line, and over to 20. If this was point A on your graph, that's where you're going to maximize profit, where 20 comes together with 10. All right? Now, that's the first question we generally ask you. The next question is, well, where do you maximize revenue? How do you find where you maximize revenue? Keep in mind, maximizing revenue or marginal revenue equals 0, that's the same as total revenue being maximized, which is the same as unit elastic. It's important that you know that all of that means the same thing. So where does marginal revenue equal 0? Right here at 12. Going to go up from 12 over to 18. So where do you maximize revenue? At $18 and 12, because marginal revenue equals 0, right at that point. So if that's the case, then this whole area, this will be elastic, because Eskimos sleep under igloos. This right here is going to be unit elastic, and this whole area is inelastic. So essentially, you have to pretend, and you might see this from time to time, you might see that there is a total revenue graph underneath this. Sometimes you see it and sometimes you don't. This is total revenue. So total revenue increases as the price increases in the inelastic portion of the curve. And then total revenue comes down the mountain once you go past the unit elastic portion. Well, we're socially optimal. It's always going to be right here where price equals marginal cost, what they call allocative efficiency, or the competitive solution. Here's a question on an AP exam that they typically ask. What if the monopolist becomes competitive? All of a sudden, it goes from this price, A, to this equilibrium point, B. That's where you maximize consumer and producer surplus. That's socially optimal. That's allocatively efficient. That's where it goes when there's just competition, where suppliers and demanders come. That's what we want. We want more competition. We like lower prices. We like more output. What about the fair return price? What if this was a Cox cable and they wanted to charge a really high price, like at point A, but then the regulators say, no, we're just going to let you charge the fair return. That means it'll be where price equals ATC, right at that point, right at 14 and 15 output, price equals ATC. All right, if they ask you for a consumer surplus, you want to shade in this area right here. And they ask you for a dead weight loss, you can shade this area right here. And that's it for monopoly.